Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County District Library. This week we are taking a look at some online courses with a site called Alison. Now, what I want to make very clear from the start of this video, Alison advertises as a place to take all of these different courses for free. And you can take the courses, but getting the certificate can be of a cost factor. So what I have seen and what I guess I have myself have found most useful with this is just being able to maybe review, to test myself, to get information and using the course in that way, not for the quote certificate. So in doing this, what you would do is you would go to alison.com. Now, currently, it's on the dashboard. So I wanted to show you when you go to Alison.com, spelled Alison, you have the option then to log in or sign up. And when you do, you'll go to the sign up, and this is what you would see. And you have the option if you can sign up using a Facebook account, a Microsoft, a Google, a LinkedIn account. I just did it through my Google account is what I had done. So I'm going to go back here, and I simply want to show you on the dashboard what you'll see here. This is one course that I completed. So I completed this course. You can see I got a 92% completed. And when I said that about the certificate, then if I were to click here to claim this certificate, what you're going to see is it's going to come up. It's going to congratulate me over here on the left-hand side with my certificate. And here's where I would go to claim my certificate. I'm not going to do that. It's not something that for myself that I necessarily want that certificate, and I'm not willing to pay the money. However, I did appreciate and do like how I can go through and actually take a course and just get the knowledge and the information that can be gained. So I just am simply going to click on one of these. The other note I want to make is you are going to see advertisements because, again, anything that's free always seems to have the advertisements there. So what is showing here is my dashboard. If I want, I can go up here to explore courses, and I have all of these different courses that have to do with IT, with health, language, business management, personal development, sales and marketing, and then it even breaks them out further in terms of what you are looking at. So I'm just going to go back here to my dashboard. Since I started with one that kind of had to do with health, I want to continue, and I'm going to show you just an example of one of the courses. If I click here on this caregiving skills with dementia care, unfortunately, that can be a common thing that a lot of us might have some association with. So I just want to gain some information here. So first of all, I'm just going to say more information. It's going to just give me a little bit more detail here about the course, what the breakdown of it. It breaks it down into different modules. So I have module 1, module 2, module 3. I'm going to just start this course so that you can see exactly what you're getting yourself into when you do this. Oh, the other thing I want to make note is over here, it is telling me the amount of time that it would normally take in terms of completing the course. So I'm going to simply click on Start the Course Now. And when I start this course, it's going to tell me after completing, it's going to give me a breakdown. And then on this screen, like I said, out to the side are advertisements. Down at the bottom are advertisements. I just ignore those. But I've got my buttons here on each side. So I'm going to click on the blue button to go on to the next page, the next screen. It's giving me the introduction. I can click here in terms of definition. And then I would simply read what I have here in terms of what this information is. And then I can go on to my next. It's going to tell me my symptoms, and then treatable. So again, I'm just going to keep going through here, and you'll see it breaks down here. It's telling me information about the Alzheimer's disease, but then it's giving me the breakdown of what is the vascular dementia versus frontal temporal lobe dementia. I would simply read through all of this information. And I'm going to click through this fairly quickly because I want to show you then what happens. I'm going to keep going here. Again, you would obviously want to read this information. And I'm going to keep going. And I want you to see how, as I go through here, I've always got the first slide, and then I've always typically have more information that I would click on because this obviously both of these have to do with how the treating dementia symptoms. And here's my conclusion. And what I am after is I want you to see it does save my progress here, and it does give me information. I'm halfway through this module already. So I'm just simply going to close that up and keep going. It does give me then here information in terms of if I can set a study reminder, if I was truthfully doing this information and wanted to have a timeline in terms of getting it done in a certain period of time, I would be able to set my study reminders. And I'm going to just keep going here. And as I go through, you're going to continue to see all the information that is part of taking the course. And then I'm at the end here. This is the last topic of this module. So remember, it was 2 modules. So it's basically giving me a summary of what the lesson was. I'm going to click here. The reason I did this, I am going to, here's module 2 again, and I can go back and I'm going to click through real quick here, go through everything, because I want you to see how and what it looks like when you get to the point of actually taking the assessment. Now, before the assessment that I had taken was actually the first time I didn't get a passing grade. I had a 72%, need an 80%. So it allowed me then to go back and take that again. So here I am at the point for this course to take the assessment. And I believe for the most part, most of the assessments are 25 questions. So it's telling me you need an 80% score. Obviously, probably not going to get that as fast as I click through here tonight. But I'm going to start this, and then here comes my questions. True or false? When communicating with a client, the goal is to avoid situations likely to create anxiety, conflict. I'm going to say true and hit submit, and you'll notice it comes through, tells me it's correct. Let's keep going. If a client with dementia says, my mother's coming to get me, which response should you give? No, your mother died years ago, or the first one? It's the first one. Submit my answer again, correct. Which is the second most common form of dementia? Choose one. And I'm going to, again, click on one. Obviously, not knowing for sure if I'm getting the answers right here. I'm going to hit submit. Oops. It's not picking up my, which is the second most common? To choose one. Okay, it's not letting me answer. Oh, drag. Okay. This is, notice I was clicking, nothing was happening. But notice I had up here the option to how to go about answering the question. It wants me to drag it into the box. So clicking wasn't going to work. I'm going to drag this one in. Hit submit. Again, I wanted you to see, this is what it looks like. Obviously, when I get a question incorrect, it's going to tell me what the correct answer is. And then I can just continue to go on and continue taking the quiz. I am going to get out of this. I'm obviously not going to take the time to go through 25 questions of something that I really didn't read and pay attention to. But I want you to see how that all works. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go up into the corner, up into the left-hand corner, go back to my Alison here. It's going to take me all the way out. This is what the screen looks like when you start, and up here is the option to sign in. I wanted to go back here because I do want to go back here to where I have Explore Courses, so that again you can see the courses can be broken down into earning a certificate or earning a diploma. Like I said, for me, I'm using this tool as something to just get and build my knowledge. I'm not using it to get a certificate or something. I'm going to just click on another one just for example. For business, let's look at this. Here are the top subjects. So that's what you're going to see. When you go into any content area, you're going to see at the top what are the top subjects that are currently a part of that content area. So here what you have is, you have the management, you have business management, marketing, etc., all the way across there. And then we could click on one of these, or we can also then go on scrolling on down, shows what the most popular business courses are and what would be available. And again, when you notice when I'm scrolling over, what I'm seeing is it's telling me the amount of time, it's telling me how many learners, and it's actually telling me who these trainings and courses, who they're by. It's also giving me a little bit of a brief summary, and I can always click here to get more information. And again, it's going to then have my modules down here below. It's going to tell me how many there are. Notice this one, unlike the one that I did prior was, I believe, 2. This is, well, 3 really, counting the course assessment. This one is 5. So that is what you are going to see when you're using Alison. Again, for myself personally, I'm just very interested in being able to just grasp some more knowledge, whatever it might be, and kind of learn by reading and going through, and then being able to take an assessment. And like I said, if you can take that assessment over and over again, if you don't get the 80%. So I hope that everyone can find something of use in this with Alison. I'm going to go back one more time here to wherever my screen was. The start screen here for Alison. And this is what you would see when you would go to alison.com for some, as I said, free online courses with certificates and diplomas. I hope everyone has a fantastic week.